Hey, this is MC here. I got my 70 millimeter FMS F-16, and this time I'm going to be installing a center burner on it. One of the things I did to prepare the center burner, to prepare the unit, is that I primed the inner tube here with a white primer paint first. And then I came back and I also spray painted it with a silver paint. That's so that the light doesn't bleed through. I've already removed the EDF unit, and I've already started my wire here to get my center burner installed. A lot of people debate as to which type of center burner is the best one to use, whether it's this person's center burner or that person's center burner. That's not what this one is about. This is only about installing it. And so I'm going to go ahead and get right to the installment. So as I'm pulling the wire through here now, I'm gonna lead my center burner. I can get that through there. There we go. Can't see my... There we go. Got it through. Now I got my center burner all the way through. I'm going to pull the wires through. And now what I'm going to do is just... Just make sure we get that on the right side. I'm going to install the center burner like this. Maybe like that. And all of this is just a little bit of cosmetic stuff. And now what I'm going to do is put okay. I had my, here they are, my grub screws here. And what I'm going to do is, this is one of the things that you want to make sure that you do, is to put some blue Loctite on the grub screws so that they don't back out when you're flying your airplane. That way you're not going to lose your center burner. And what I'm going to do is put these over here. Make sure this is the right size. Yeah, that's not the right size. This one here. Yep, that's the right size. And now what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of Loctite on the grub screw here, on each of the grub screws as I install them onto the unit here. Just a little bit. Just going to put a little bit of Loctite on each one of them. I'm not exactly sure if there's any particular direction that's needed for it, but I'm just going to do it opposite of each as I do it. That's how I've always done stuff. So, and I'm just putting it on here just to fit it now. I'll tighten it up in just a moment after I get all the grub screws on there. Again, I'm not recommending one afterburner or center burner compared to another one. That's your personal choice. Whatever you can afford, whatever you like. Some people say this one shines brighter. Other people say that one shines brighter. To me, they all are nice and bright, and they look really, really nice, even during the daytime. So I can't tell the difference. So some people probably can and say that one is brighter than the other one, but I just plain or simply can't tell the difference out of them. Other than the fact that they do look cool and everybody likes to see the center burner when they burn on it. Okay, once that center burner is on there, if you notice there's a little bit of space on here, what I'm going to do is hold it down like this and then tighten them all up together. That's why I did this the way I did it. To make sure that they're all tightened up at the same time.
Okay, that's it.
Now it's time to eat. Oh, you know what? That's not. Oh, I made a mistake. I made a goof. And what my goof is, my wires that come out of here, I didn't bring them out.
Go.
Okay, there we go. So now I'm just going to tighten these down a little bit. Uh-oh, before I do that, there's something else I want to do. Let me back off of these and make sure that they're flush. There's one little step I forgot to do, and I'm going to show you this little trick right now. And this is to keep the tension on your prongs, on your center burn. You pause it?
No.
Pause it, please. I need a small one. This one is going to be too big. Anyway, you're going to put the zip tie. Are we rolling? Right on top. Are we rolling? Are we rolling, Tan?
Yes.
No, good grief. All right, I put the zip tie on here. Now I'm going to cut the string off, the zip tie off. And now what I'm going to do is put some tension on those grub screws. And this way those grub screws will stay on, they'll be nice and tight, and you're not going to have to worry about your center burner coming off. Now, one of the things that I personally like to do, a lot of people may not, but I put some tape around the void here on the center burner. And the reason why I do that is so that air doesn't get up inside that void and cause a disturbance. It doesn't matter what kind of tape you use as long as you tape that up. Some people say it's going to cause heat, but I've never experienced it thus far, and it's been a perfect thing so that air doesn't swirl around on your center burner. And now it's just a matter of connecting your center burner here we go, together. Just hooking it up. There we go. All right, now that that's finished, now I'm going to take the center burner and the throttle and the throttle cable, as we want to bring the camera around this way. Take the center burner and the throttle cable, and we're going to Y connect these together. And your polarity, you want to mind your polarity. Your black and brown are going to go together, and your white and yellow is going to go together on the throttle. And the same thing with your center burner. The black and the yellow are going to go together. The black being the ground with the brown, like that. And then the two of them are going to go back into your throttle on your receiver. As I'm putting it in here like this. The problems that can happen when you're putting these together. Okay, so now that that's together, what I'm going to do is just going to do a little test on it. Got my radio here. There we go. And you've got to choose which polarity pole you're going to use your batteries with. I'm going to use this one with the 6S. And that's going to go on here like this. Here again, you want to mind your polarity. It's going to go onto the battery like this. The blue light means that it's active. And all I want to do here now is just to test it out. And sometimes it doesn't work the first time you install it, but other times it does. And as you can see, it works perfectly right out of the box. Nice and bright, and that's what we want. And now it's just a matter of reinstalling everything back into your unit here. So as I'm going to push all of this back in, if it'll go in, there we go. And now I'm putting everything back together. So now got my wires there, and I have my screws for the unit here. Now it's just a matter of putting the unit back together and getting her ready to fly. Okay. As you've noticed here, I haven't put this airplane together yet. Oh, that's the wrong one. If you notice on this FMS unit, one of the screws is longer than the other one. The longer one on this thing here goes in the back, and the shorter one goes in the front. So just be mindful of that. Other than that, it's a nice quick fix. And now she should be ready to go. So let's try her again to see what she's going to look like. That's what that's pretty good, right? All right. So now, as you've noticed, I haven't put any of the parts on it. So my question to you is, what color scheme do you think I'm going to put on this airplane? I would like to hear what your comments are, so like, share, and let me know. Thank you very much. This is MC Lane signing off. Thanks.